Hi, welcome to the Careers Unfiltered podcast with Mentoria. You may know your dream job, you may know your dream career, but do you know what goes on behind the scenes in your chosen career path? Have you been able to separate the glamour from the reality in your career? Do you know the good, the bad, and the ugly in your career? Most people walk into their careers without having any idea in terms of what really happens in that career, how to crack success, how to get the right job, how to grow in the career. Don't be those people. Get the ins and outs of your career path through some of the best subject matter experts and industry professionals that Mentoria will bring to you on the Careers Unfiltered podcast.
So you're not held back by your past decisions. If you people have taken up some other career path, if you're in some other field, there's still a chance to enter into exercise physiology.
Yes. Exercise science is a multidisciplinary approach, and it's basically a field where the subpart is exercise physiology. So, exercise science, it has multiple topics like human anatomy, biology, biomechanics. It also has program planning for sports population, and which the physiology does not have. Physiology is just normal basic human science. For example, say if you are someone who's started your fitness journey today, okay, you started doing a 3 kilometer walk, a 5K walk, eventually you got into 8 kilometer walk, then you started 10K running. So you see this transition, how it is happening. Okay, so there are certain things, there are some cellular and physiological processes that happens at a cellular level that helps you to do from 3 to 5 to 8 to 10 and from walk to jog. This is what the understanding of exercise science is. Like, we study how a particular 3K walk is converted into 5K because of certain respiratory changes, cardiovascular changes, certain muscular changes that has happened inside the body. So that is what the EP is about. I did my 10th. Then 11th and 12th, you usually do science or any course, obviously, that involves biochemistry, like biology and chemistry, and some part of physics as well. So this is required. Then you can get into specific streams that offers, like bachelor's in sports science is one of the degrees, bachelor's in kinesiology is one of the degree, bachelor's in physio, what I did, is one of the degrees. So you do this and you are automatically qualified for masters in exercise science and masters in related field like performance analyst, sports scientist, biomechanist. So these are the sub branches. As I mentioned, there are three major divisions. So one is the exercise physiology, the other is exercise science, and one is sports science. So sports science, as I mentioned earlier, what happens is in all these fields, there are overlaps. So in exercise physiology specifically, you learn the testing in detail, like testing of a particular athlete or a particular client in detail. So testing of what? Testing of systems of the body, testing of muscular strength, muscular endurance, flexibility, various systems that help you to improve your performance. So that is major aspect of physiology. Now, exercise science is a field that is encompasses the science of human movement, physical activity, their effects on the body, and so on and so forth. It also takes into consideration the programming, like how would you program a particular session or particular cycle for that particular athlete to improve in their performance. And the sports science is a mixture of all. That is what is upcoming in India at the moment. So there are universities like DY, Manipal, those are offering a sports science degree. In India, there are certain, like as I mentioned, DY Patil is one of the colleges, Manipal University. There is Guru Nanak Amritsar. Guru Nanak University, that's in Amritsar. Shri Ramchandra Center for Sports Science, it's in Chennai. KJ Somaya has just started their course. So that's also one of the options. But one important tip I would like to give is, जो भी आप कोर्स चूज कर रहे हो जिस भी यूनिवर्सिटी में, यू हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट आप उनके कोऑर्डिनेटर से ईमेल पे या फोन पे बात करके करिकुलम मांगो पहले. आस्क देम फॉर द कोर्स करिकुलम. उनसे करिकुलम मांगो, फिर देखो कि वो करिकुलम में कैसे डिविजन्स है, द डिविजन्स ऑफ द टॉपिक्स. एंड अगर वो आपको इंटरेस्ट है कि नहीं, आप वो टॉपिक्स में इंटरेस्टेड हो कि नहीं, उसके बाद ही आप एडमिशन लेना. Because since it's a new field, the fees are also quite high. I know for the abroad, you have to go through GRE or TOEFL. So these are the two things. This is for US. I'm not too sure about Australia because of obvious reasons. I've studied in US. And in India, I think there are certain entrance exams and there are certain certification courses also. Like there are many now. So, you have to make sure that don't go for courses that are mainly online. You have to have hands on and practice होना चाहिए, on field experience होना चाहिए. तो ऐसे courses चुनो जो आपको on field experience दे and ना कि सिर्फ online हो. So they can do courses like NSCA. NSCA CS is also one of the good course, but don't solely rely on it. Because if you keep a person who has done their degree with good experience versus a certification with good experience, irrespective of however good you are, the former part, the people who have done their bachelor's or master's in that particular course will be preferred in sports teams and a much higher level at great performance centers. University of Texas at Austin is also great. Texas A&M is highly competitive and has an amazing research, help. So that's one of the universities that you can opt. I think y'all can get good information on collegefactual.com as one of the websites. It shows about the academic courses and exactly in depth, like what is required, the prerequisites, and how much points you need to have for TOEFL, GRE. So that's one of the good websites. I feel the first that tops the list is communication skill. If you are not able to communicate why you are doing what you are doing, then it's a flop. Then you can't stand out in this industry. You need to have a purpose for everything. Second is to have a lot of patience. That's the skill that you need to have patience. You're not going to see improvement. Like, for example, say physio. The one patient may feel better instantly. For us, we have to wait for a duration of 1, 2, 3, and 6 months to see that improvement. Because as elite the athlete goes, the more time it takes to show an improvement. Third is to have empathy, that you have to treat their problem as our problem because you are here to solve their problem. You should be very quick to understand and make out that, okay, he has done 5 sessions with me. I'm not seeing the quality of improvement in his movement as I'm supposed to see. So I have to change certain things very fast to show that kind of improvement. And it would be active listening. Listen to them. Every session is a new session. So these are the 5 important things I feel you should have. And if you have these skills, go ahead and pursue a career in sports science. I would want to motivate everybody to do it because want to make India the next hub of sports science and don't rely on Western countries for little changes. Okay, we start very early. We start at 6 a.m. And we have our testing scheduled. As I mentioned earlier, we do fitness testing. So that's on appointment basis. So that's scheduled. After the testings are done, we have certain clients whom we have already done testing on, and now they are here for the performance improvement. For instance, say there are two type of clientele. An athlete who walks in and who walks in by saying, "Hey, I'm a footballer. I want to improve my speed." So, you know, what we do as an exercise physiologist is we do the testing first to know, Baba, आपका अभी का speed कितना है, and what are the factors that are limiting your max speed. So we do the testing first. We determine the limitations. वो limitations आप जब notice करते हो, obviously through the education that you have done and not just the certification courses, वो आप determine करते हो, उसके बाद you put them on a program. That program may be of say 2 months, 3 months, 12 sessions. It can be depending on their action plan. After that, they come to you, they do the testing, they do the program, and then you do the post test. Now, post test is scheduled after say 12 to 24 sessions. And उसमें आप improvement दिखाते हो कि आपका sprint time 10 meter से 2.9 seconds था, और मे बी से 2.3 seconds था, अभी आपका under 2 हुआ है, तो वो improvement हुआ है आप में. So that is one of the roles that we do it as an exercise physiologist. Other than that, we use a holistic approach. We work in a performance center where we coordinate with the physiotherapist also to handle different clientele. For example, say recurrent back pain हो रहा है और उसको lift करना है वो इंसान को. तो से उनको lift करना है deadlift से उनका 1 rep max है 180 kgs. अब वो उनसे हो नहीं पा रहा है because recurring back pain आ रहा है. So you work in with the physio to understand what are the causes of that back pain. What do I not have to do as an exercise physiologist because they can't stop their journey of lifting. So how you can help them lift efficiently, not 150, but 100, 80, 90 kilograms of deadlift. So you work in a holistic setup. Other than that, we also work backend. So this is a typical day in my life. I also work backend wherein we analyze the team data, which we have collaborations with. So football clubs, badminton centers, badminton clubs we have Weightlifters Academy whom we work with. And we analyze their testing data at backend. Like what is happening, what are the common trends, what are the common patterns seen in the club. And as a group session, how can we tell the coaches to you know, work on these limitations that we have seen in backend on the Excel and, you know, some softwares that we use. So this is a typical day. We have to make sure, Kush, that we are a part of, you know, actively a part of WhatsApp groups, sports science groups. I'm connected to a couple now. LinkedIn is a great platform. अगर आपके पास LinkedIn profile नहीं है अभी, please work on it. It's an amazing platform to connect with like-minded people. Like I follow this, I'm a very avid follower of Athlete Authority. These are a group of amazing sports scientists who do amazing work. And I'm a part of their internal club also. So that's also, and they keep on putting research developments and advances. Don't only work in gyms. No, they have a pretty multifaceted role. And yes, they do, some of them definitely do work in the gym. But their role is just not limited to someone who's a personal trainer. It's definitely less because we don't use any modality as the physiotherapist use. Like they use taping, dry needling, exercises, one of the interventions, you know, but we don't use, we are not allowed. Okay, it's not, we don't practice using those the techniques. But what we can do is, or we do is, we use various wellness questionnaires because we do objective as well as subjective analysis. So yes, we do wellness questionnaires and just not exercises. I have seen a couple of EPs, obviously not from India, but abroad, that they are self-employed. They have their, you know, their centers of their own. And I really think, Kush, that the only way to go far is to work in a holistic setup. You can do only this much by just being an only exercise physiologist if you work independently. But if you work in a holistic setup wherein you have different experts like performance analyst, EPs, different sports scientists, physiotherapist, massage therapist, this is how you can go far. my biggest challenge was that I entered in India when there was no awareness about this field and no job opportunities whatsoever. And I have fought through it, and I'm still on that path to motivate more and more people. So, first challenge is to educate correctly about exercise physiology, what it is, and how it is different than personal training. So that's one. The second is, Kush, that this field is new and not many coaches and others sports, who have done their careers in sports are willing to accept the change and the importance of technology. So since it's a new field, people who are loaded will definitely have technology, but who are not, to convince them that you need to have some kind of data to have a faster performance goals, to achieve their performance faster is required. So convincing them to kind of invest in tech is becoming a little tough. You can be a part of a sports performance setup either in a private firm. From there, you can work around, explore what's happening in the private firm. From there, you can get into sports team as an exercise physiologist. You can then be a program director. That's one of my journeys that I just shared. सो प्रोग्राम डायरेक्टर भी बन सकते हो, क्योंकि अभी आपको पता है कि ये प्रोग्राम में क्या क्या डालना चाहिए एंड नीड क्या है पर्टिकुलर सर्विस का. So this you can do. And then in addition to that, I have seen many EPs who have gone into academics. So that's also one of the interesting things, because since the field is upcoming, people who have experience in this field are much needed into the academic setup. Like these colleges, what I mentioned, even ISM is one of the colleges that are looking out for professors in this field so that they can teach correctly. So if you have missed out on that, 10, 12, and bachelor's and all that, you can go for diploma courses that offer exercise science as one of the streams. Then there are certain course. I think one of the courses that I have seen recently is by Dr. Colonel Anoop, if I'm not wrong. And he has launched a pretty interesting, his course is amazing. I've heard a lot. तो वो भी कर सकते हो and ये field में enter हो सकते हो आप. So an average EP can start, a fresher can start somewhere between 35 to 40K a month. And obviously, the higher you go on over the role, like, like the program director role, academics, it keeps changing. And then obviously there's no limit, but the minimum is this. So the industry rate is around 35 to 40K. Please don't compare it with the Western countries, because I don't want you to feel demotivated at all. But if you have to mention it, it's going to be somewhere around $18 to $20 per hour. So do your math. So yeah. So average around say 5 lakh ka package, and then you can obviously start from there. This is a fresher I'm talking about, obviously with experience. I think SAI, Sports Authority of India, openly shares their salary budget, and I feel Tier 3 EP earns no less than 2 lakh. Feel that is based first on the degree, qualification, and experience. So these are the two criteria what they use, and obviously the recommendation. And then there's progression from 1 to 2. It's gonna be amazing. And we will have a standalone recognition in the field of. So now we no longer have to rely on, manually entering data into Excel, using those boring charts and graphs. Now it's like you just queue it. Okay, hey, ChatGPT, this is, or maybe some AI PPTs like Gamma and all that. So you just have to write a document in it and it creates a PPT and chart for yourself. So it has made processes very easy and time efficient. I feel, Kush, that at the end of the day, AI cannot replace customized and tailor driven data. So tailor driven programs, they cannot replace that, because what's unique to you, it's going to be unique to you. And the experts will be in a better position and a faster position to give you results as compared to the program plans that the AI makes. So the technology for the layman and the people who have just begun their fitness journey or just begun their sports performance journey, it's going to be easier, because the data is not going to look like foreign to them. It's going to be friendly, hopefully. It's not going to be filled with charts and graphs. It should just basically mention, for example, say, are you ready for a quick workout today, based on the subjective analysis. And it may check based on your heart rate overnight, how you have slept, and your hydration level. If the app checks, or maybe the watch or something, it can help you tell that, okay, you are ready for a workout. So it's going to be quicker.